That emperor down from his horse descends, to the green grass kneeling, his face he bends, then turns his eyes towards the Orient, calls upon God with heartiest intent. Very Father, this day do me defend, who to Jonah's succour didst truly send out of the whale's belly where he was pent, and who didst spare the king of Nineveh and Daniel from marvellous torment when he was caged within the lion's den, and 3 children all in a fire ardent. Thy gracious love to me be here present. In thy mercy, if it please thee, consent that my nephew Roland I may avenge. When he had prayed, upon his feet he stepped, with a strong mark of virtue signed his head. Upon his swift charger the king mounted, while Jozerans and Namus his stirrup held. He took his shield, his trenchant spear he kept. Fine limbs he had, both gallant and well set. Clear was his face, and filled with good intent. Vigorously he cantered onward thence. In front and rear they sounded their trumpets. Above them all boomed the olifant again. Then all the Franks for pity of Roland wept. That emperor canters in a noble ray, over his sark all of his beard displays. For love of him all others do the same. 65,000 Franks are thereby made plain. They pass those peaks, those rocks, and those mountains, those terrible narrows, and those deep vales, then issue from the passes and the wastes, till they are come into the march of Spain. A halt they've made in the middle of a plain. To Balagant his vanguard comes again. A Sulian hath told him this message: We have seen Charles, that haughty sovereign. Fierce are his men, they have no mind to fail. Arm yourself, then, battle you'll have today. Says Balagant, mine is great vassalage, let horns this news to my pagans proclaim. Through all the host they have their drums sounded, and their bugles, and very clear trumpets. Pagans dismount, that they may arm themselves. Their admiral will stay no longer then, puts on a sark embroidered in the hems, laces his helm, that is with gold begemmed. After his sword on his left side he set, out of his pride a name for it he spelt, like to Carlon's, as he has heard it said. So precious he bade his own be clept. 'Twas their ensign, when they to battle went, his chevaliers, he gave that cry to them. His own broad shield he hangs upon his neck, round its gold boss a band of crystal went, the strap of it was a good silken web. He grasps his spear, the which he calls Maltet, so great its shaft as is a stout cudgel, beneath its steel alone a mule had bent. On his charger is Balagant mounted, Marcules from overseas his stirrup held. That warrior with a great stride he stepped, small were his thighs, his ribs of wide extent, great was his breast, and finely fashioned, with shoulders broad and very clear aspect. Proud was his face, his hair was ringleted. White as a flower in summer was his head, his vassalage had often been proved. God, what a knight, were he a Christian yet! His horse he spurred, the clear blood issued, he's galloped on, over a ditch he's leapt. Full 50 feet a man might mark its breadth. Pagans cry out, our marches shall be held. There is no Frank may once with him contest. Will he or nill, his life he'll soon have spent. Charles is mad, that he departs not hence. That admiral to a baron's like enough, white is his beard as flowers by summer burnt. In his own laws of wisdom hath he much, and in battle he's proud and arduous. His son Malprime is very chivalrous. He's great and strong. His ancestors were thus. Says to his sire, to canter then let us. I marvel much that soon we'll see Carlon. Says Balagant, yea, for he's very proof. In many tales honour to him is done. He hath no more Roland, his sister's son. He'll have no strength to stay and fight with us. Fair son Malprimes, then says them Balagant, was slain yestreen, the good vassal Roland's, and Oliver, the proof and valiant, the dozen peers whom Charles so cherished, and 20,000 more Frankish combatants. For all the rest I'd not unglove my hand, but the emperor is verily come back. So tells me now my man, that Sulian. 10 great columns he set them in their ranks. He's a proof man who sounds that Oliphant. With a clear call he rallies his comrades. These at the head come cantering in advance. Also with them are 15,000 Franks, young bachelors, whom Charles calls infants. As many again come following that band, who will lay on with utmost arrogance. Then says Malprimes, the first blow I demand. Fair son Malprimes, says Balagant to him, I grant it you, as you have asked me this. Against the Franks go now, and smite them quick, and take with you Torlu, the Persian king, and Dapamor, another king Lutish. Their arrogance, if you can humble it, of my domains a slice to you I'll give, from Chariant unto the Vale Marquise. I thank you, sire, Malprimes answers him. Going before, he takes delivery. 'Tis of that land was held by King Fleurit. After that hour he never looked on it, investiture gat never, nor season.